Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is a YouTube-only exclusive. My name's Adriel Smiley. We're here with Shad. We are celebrating the life of D'Angelo, who just passed October 14th. He was my GOAT, so this is obviously very personal for me. I just told coworkers maybe 2 days ago, we're talking about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And I always ask people, if there's one artist you could see, you'd empty your bank account to go see them, who would it be?
Yeah.
And someone said Bob Dylan, and they asked me, and I said D'Angelo. So obviously it was tough to hear. To talk about where you were when you heard the news and kind of your first thoughts hearing that he had passed.
So I was, I got the news online. I saw people posting, and there's a chat group I'm a part of with some of his peers and some of his collaborators and stuff, and it's confirmed in there. And so I thought about them, obviously his loved ones and all that. And then I thought about, wow, what a giant in music, man. What a giant in music. And I have so many thoughts on that. But where I landed in terms of reflecting on his legacy yesterday, I thought about especially my friends who are instrumentalists. So many of my friends and even the generation after us.
Yeah.
And how many of them play music and play as well as they play because of D'Angelo, because of those first couple records especially, because of the other musicians that he played with on those albums, that they read the liner notes and studied them.
Yeah.
Pino Palladino and Charlie Hunter and James Poyser and Questlove and this whole constellation of musicians that inspired my generation, inspired the next generation, and that will echo into the future. And the thing I thought about that's so beautiful about that, because there's artists passing on inspiration.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But this particular inspiration to pick up an instrument and become great at it in an era where we want things to be easy and instantaneous.
Yeah.
He inspired people to the slow discipline of becoming a great musician. And that's such a gift to humanity. That's such a gift to humanity. The amount of kids that are in little jazz clubs, and you see it all over Toronto. There's popular nights of just jamming. And there's a straight line from D'Angelo and the Soulquarians and all those session musicians to 30 years from those albums, kids jamming.
Still. Yeah.
Still. Singers, musicians that strive to be great and that are and understand there's no shortcut to it and are committed to that whole process. Man.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
He's a one of one, obviously in a million ways, but the things that stand out is like seeing the groundswell of people really posting him and talking about him. Is he's really like your favorite artist, you know? And that phrase is thrown around, but he really fits that. And he's someone who, as popular as he is, just for the quality of music. And that's something that is extremely rare. Even a lot of the greats have, you know, their own scandals or salacious things that make them kind of more popular and more in the spotlight. He was like music only.
That's right.
And that doesn't happen anymore.
No, and you're right. He's artist, musician. You listen to, you listen to Bad Bad Not Good.
Yeah.
If you listen to Cleo Soul. Yeah. If you listen to Charlotte Day Wilson, if you listen to whoever you listen to, I saw a lot of friends, even in rock music, posting, yo, D'Angelo's my GOAT. Voodoo, that made me sit down and practice, right? Like, your favorite musician, thank D'Angelo, because that's why they're as good as they are.
100%. And then thinking to his last album, Black Messiah in 2014, I was still playing Voodoo every day when Black Messiah came out. And Voodoo was 14 years before that. So to think about the influences, like, we're still listening to this as if it just came out when the new album comes out.
Yeah.
And I remember Black Messiah, he had this whole thing about him playing guitar, and he was very proud of like how good he had become. at the guitar. And how often is an artist leading their album rollout with that information? Because that's just kind of the artist that he was, where it's like, this new instrument that I'm picking up, I'm getting good at it. Like, and you're gonna see on the album. So when you talk about the influence, it's like that's him through and through, where he's leading his album promotion with "I play guitar really well now."
That's right. I think we're still catching up to that album. The amount of conversations I've had with people, even in the last 3-4 years, like, you know, I think I finally get that Black Messiah album. Like, or I just threw it back on, and man, it's even better than I thought. Like, that's a testament to how great the music is. And like you said, it's just the music. It's not scandals. It's not anything else. Like, these songs I threw on yesterday in my little tribute in my IG stories. I threw on this acoustic version of Africa. It's on YouTube, and they call it the demo. Maybe it was just a demo, but it's just him playing by himself.
Yeah.
And he's such a great singer. He's such a great player. He has so much groove. And you hear all the different influences, jazz, soul, even classical. You can hear it when he performs that song acoustically. It's so tremendous, and it's so timeless.
Yeah.
It's just so timeless. Nothing even matters with Lauryn Hill. I mean, it's just a forever song.
Yeah.
He has so many songs that those are just forever songs. They'll never get even an ounce worse.
Yeah.
With time.
Like, it's like one of your collaborators, Phoenix Pagliacci, at her show, the first song she did was a cover of the Charade. I'm in the back. I'm in the back of the show, just everyone sitting beside me looking at me. I said, "You guys are not understanding what's going on right now. Like, this is an absolute classic." And to have that again so far into his career, basically 20 years after his debut.
I mean, and this is what I'm saying. Your favorite musicians, right? So you got Phoenix Pagliacci, incredible singer, rapper, songwriter. She's up there at her show. Probably Reverse is playing with her. You know, one of the best live, jazz bands in Toronto. Incredible musicians. Her background singers, all her other musicians.
That's who they like.
Who they like.
Yeah.
She probably was in rehearsal like, yo, I want to do the charade. They're like, cool, I know it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been practicing that.
Ready. Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah. I'm very excited because of all the people who are going to hear D'Angelo for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to even poo-poo anyone and say, like, you don't know me. Like, this is not what that is for. And it reminds me of when Nipsey Hussle died. I had a friend of mine from LA hit me up, and she was like, I never heard of this guy. Who is he? And I was like, I got like 8 songs for you. Tap in, And I think D'Angelo is one of those artists where the music is so strong that I feel like I show him to anybody. Yes. No matter where you land on the musical spectrum, I can show you some of his records, and an amazing cover artist. Like, when he covers someone else's song, like, I'm thinking about "I'm Glad You're Mine," his cover of Prince's "She's Always in My Hair." So that's just kind of a flex he has of like, listen, you do a song, when I do it, it's mine now. Is there any songs that you think of that stand out to you of like someone's hearing D'Angelo for the first time?
Yeah.
They maybe know Brown Sugar and How Does It Feel, but they don't know anything else. What other songs that you would suggest to them?
I would say, man, that acoustic version of Africa is incredible.
Yeah. Both versions, but the acoustic.
Both versions. But yeah, I mean, for a newcomer, maybe just play the acoustic just so you know that. Spanish Joint.
Yep.
Oh, man. The Charade. I really love the Charade.
Same. That's one of my favorites. The Prayer off of that is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
One Mo Gin.
Yeah.
One More Gin is one of those songs that is like,
I mean, Devil's Pie.
Yeah.
Over the Primo beat. I mean, that's the thing that's so great about him too, is then his collaborations, right? Devil's Pie with Primo. Nothing Even Matters with Lauryn Hill. I mean, what a moment.
Yeah.
What a moment. Those are like the two giants of that moment in terms of like soul and just Black music, and just pushing it forward with so much ability and intelligence, like, and then to meet,
and it fit the way it did.
Like,
Because that is probably the one duo that done a work together where you're like, we don't need more. Like usually you're like, give us more, like work again. Like you be real.
It's actually interesting.
We never hear that.
No one has ever clamored for another one. We're just like, that's
what I'm saying. Like that never happens. It's so perfect. We're like, y'all did it. Like don't even go back in. Like, so you talk about them coming together, like literally a perfect moment. Some of his performances when him and Eric clapped into the Curtis Mayfield tribute, that was a big one.
Yeah.
And then I gotta say this, like, D'Angelo is one of those artists that his actual style of music is kind of like its own genre in itself. Yes, it's neo soul, but voodoo in particular is like nothing has sounded like that since, and maybe never will.
No. It like I said, my generation. I remember the first time actually having a conversation with a musician that was 10, 15 years younger than me, that wasn't around really when those albums came out.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I talked with someone who was discovering it after.
Yes.
And was obsessed.
That must have been cool.
It was cool, but it's especially cool to look back on because that was just the first of so many conversations I ended up having after with younger musicians that discovered voodoo and discovered, again, this whole constellation of artists and musicians, and it made them go, I gotta practice.
I gotta get nice.
Yeah. I gotta get nice.
Yeah.
And man, that's a gift to the whole world, to just have more and more people playing at a high level and playing in a way, where it's like fluency. It's like playing in a way where now I can have a musical conversation with other musicians, because we speak the same language and we are fluent on with our instruments enough that we can
talk back and forth.
We can talk back and forth. Man, that's like a rich culture, and that's like a rich experience. You know what I mean? So,
that's one of my regrets, is never seeing him live, because that would have been amazing. And this is kind of where I want to end on this. Is my favorite thing about D'Angelo is he is like suggestion proof. And my youngest brother is 21. He's a huge D'Angelo fan. Yeah. Like when he ever sees my like voodoo vinyl, he's like, let me just take that. And he's born 2004, so he is like, talking about too young for this, like well too young for this. And growing up, Untitled, I've listened to every single morning. Like the whole house knows that song from me playing it over and over again. And he's kind of been my gateway into thinking about how music ages, in terms of what songs last and go forward. And my example has always been Nelly. When Nelly in his prime had like 10, it felt like huge records. And now 20 years later, we mostly hear Hot in Here, and that's basically it, And so it's like, what songs are going to age, what from the time? And D'Angelo's one of those artists where the music is so good, hearing it whenever you hear it, it still hits.
It still hits. It's just great. It's just great playing, great singing, great songwriting, great everything, great production. And also it's so connected to a tradition of music, right? So it's like, it's just a natural extension of his own influences and his own study. And so that also makes it last longer, because it's like attached to the root. You know what I mean? It's not, so it's stronger, right?
I want to thank everyone for watching this. My last thing I'll say to you guys is send it on. If you're new to D'Angelo, you want to leave this podcast, this video, and go listen to a record, send it on is my number one suggestion. But until next time, know yourself, know your worth.